Eli will be presenting for you The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe.
Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary over many quaint and curious volumes of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as if someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Merely this, and nothing more. Ah, distinctly I remember, it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I sought to borrow from my book surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here forevermore. Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door. Darkness there, and nothing more. Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, 'Lenore.' This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, 'Lenore.' Merely this, and nothing more. Open here I flung the shutter, then with many flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obsessance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with mine of lord or lady perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by thy grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore, though thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou, I said, art sure no craven, ghastly, grim, and ancient raven, wandering on the nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on that night's Plutonian shore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. But the raven, sitting lonely on that placid bust, spoke only that one word, as if in that one word his soul he did outpour. Nothing further than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarce more than muttered, other friends have flown before. On the morrow you will leave me, as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said, nevermore. Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer, swung by seraphim whose footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cry, thy God hath lent thee, by these angels he hath sent thee, respite, and nepentine from thy memories, O Lenore. Quaff this kind nepentine, and forget this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Be that word our sign in parting, bird or fiend I shrieked upstarting, get thee back into thy tempest of that nice Plutonian shore. Leave no black bloom of a token of that lie thou hast spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken, quit the bust above my door. Take thy beak from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. But the raven, never flitting, still is sitting on that pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, and his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor, and my soul, from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor, shall be lifted nevermore.